Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obedient Family TV. The program now Hope Alive. Yes, hope day and plenty hope day. We get breaking news where they come out from US, where we say make we quickly bring to Obedience attention and well-meaning Nigerians. The FBI files make we know they forget say na every month then talk say 250 pages, and for this month plenty things don't begin to happen for the US courts. As the court don docket another thing to unseal Bola Tinubu's criminal records. That one na im dey come up for this hour. Then we get plenty things wey be say they happen for our election season, wey be say then they call off cycle election. We get Bayelsa, we get the one of Kogi, and we get the one of Imo. We don't see plenty things wey be say they happen sake of say INEC no fit conduct credible elections for Nigeria. As a matter of fact, under the chairmanship of Mahmoud Yakubu, they no fit do anything wey concern credible, not talk less of being fair. As we don dey see say from Bayelsa, dem don begin to declare announcement of results. We know how that one take be. We also hear the one wey dey happen for Kogi, say APC win election for the place wey be say all the people for Kogi State talk say APC no go enter their state again. Dem don do am. Even when dem talk say na 18th of November, wey be coming Saturday, na dem go clear the paths plus killings wey be say e dey go in. All these things now we package comot, but the most important one wey una wan hear na the one wey be say e concern person wey dey US citizen wey take am upon himself to expose the criminality wey dey for leadership for Nigeria. I get people wey be say then they join me to discuss all of these things. I get Angel for studio, I get Esther and Princess also dey studio, plus our own UC Maxwell, where they join us for Zoom to explanate, give us all the things wey be say e dey happen, both the legal implication and the electoral implications.
Good day, my well-meaning Nigerians, my lovely and intelligent obedient worldwide. Welcome. Tell your neighbor say hope day, but not in our politicians, or in our leaders, but in God. Politicians are desperate to win at all costs. Partisan politics are killing Nigerians. Welcome on board. Let's discuss.
Yes, so my fellow obedient, good day and welcome to Obedient Family TV. My people, our democracy have become so premature. Elections have become, in fact, manipulations, thuggery, rigging, violation, all kinds of manipulations. My people, there is hope anyway, but not in our judiciary, like Angel said, on our people. Welcome and join us.
Greetings to all well-meaning Nigerians and fellow obedience worldwide. Welcome back to Hope Alive. Seems democracy is just too high up for Nigeria to attain. It's a pity. I don't know if, no matter the length that they go, we just let them keep doing it. When will Nigerians actually get up and be determined to take back their country? Till then, they'll keep making a mess of this country and the people in it. Well, join us as we discuss.
Yes, so for people wey be say then they join us for Zoom, and people wey dey join us for other platforms like comment section, I say make una for give us thumbs up, make other obedience worldwide, and all well-meaning Nigerians wherever they made them for no say Hope Alive program don comot again. Make we dey give una the things as e take dey come. So make we start with wetin dey happen for US. Quickly, una see say Aaron Greenspan wey be say in dey do all the work wey dey necessary for make Tinubu for comot for the seat where in dey. Im don file another one. Come dey tell this court for US say make FBI identify and unseal the criminal record of Bola Tinubu. Now that's one 9-day here. And not only Bola Tinubu they enjoyed this time, and all in associates, now the man they talk. And that one, make we bring them as in take present them to the court. even the introduction where he give for October 31st, where we say a few days ago, he said the defendants, Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and the United States Department of State Services began document production concerning the Freedom of Information Act request at issue in this action. However, defendants FBI, the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, and the state limited their production due to the invocation of clamor response, claiming that they could neither confirm nor deny that a responsive document existed regarding Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Specifically, out of 510 pages that was due for last month review, defendant FBI produced only 228 pages, none of which mentioned Tinubu by name. Now, the defendant still produced one almost entirely redacted page and did not attest to reviewing any of the pages at all. There exists substantial evidence in the public domain already that responsive documents at this agency do exist concerning Tinubu. And he said, with regards to Tinubu and his associates, defendants has repeatedly been made aware of this evidence through counsel. The invocation of glamour in this does both confusing and inapposite, unless there are also criminal records under seal that will require defendants to disavow knowledge of responsive records. The records in this case involve crimes committed by narco-trafficking ring led by one Andrew Edwards in the late 1980s and early 90s, on which Tinubu was a part, using his training as an accountant and his access to the international banking system as a treasurer at the Mobile Oil Nigeria Limited. Tinubu laundered money through bank and other laundered money with his associates like Biodo Agbere, Mueza, Adeboyega, Kende, and other Nigerian nationals who supplied heroin to Edwards. And he continued that Edwards and 14 other associates were charged. They were charged with a variety of crimes in the Northern District of Indiana in 1992 and different other places. And their source of supply for white heroin disclosed in October 31st, 2023 FOIA document produced on page 201. Tinubu's involvement with the ring made public through the 1993 civil forfeiture action and the government knowledge thereof. There is no public record that Agbere, Akende, Tinubu were ever criminally charged. The civil forfeiture case against Tinubu bank account has been in the public domain since it was filed in 1993 with the assistance of most of defendants here. In that case, Tinubu with his associates dealt with the whole stuff that is there. Let's come back to studio before we continue. Our own UC Maxwell, I hope you are you don't see what they go on as this Aaron Greenspan in no agree. In don't talk say in go fight this very matter until the court actually opens up that redacted and unseal the informations regarding the criminal record of Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the matter is now before the court that FBI should unseal that record. You understand? Except there is something very fishy or very, very indicting. And it was very clear that these people committed so much crime and all the associates were arrested and they were prosecuted. But Tinubu was neither indicted or charged with this, and he wished the court to let FBI to unseal these things so that the public can get aware of that. So that is one. But since you're already here, I want you also to know that they've just announced that Bielsa is this thing, and most of those people there are rejecting it. But let's get to Tinubu's issue first, because there's a lot that Aaron Greenspan has said. What do you have to respond to this as we move on?
All right. Good evening to you, Mr. Kanu. Good evening to everybody, wherever you may be, or wherever you may be listening to me from. I must state categorically that it's unfortunate that till this we are still trying to find solutions for the issues of criminal allegation against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's actually a dismay that a person who has been selected and sworn in as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria still have to be battling issues of criminal indictments, drug case indictments for feature of $460,000 until this moment. It is actually a shame on Nigeria as a country, the most populous black nation. It is a shame on the entire structure of the Nigerian polity, the political and economic sphere of the Nigerian government, because it is even, it is unthinkable that such a person would have been allowed to take over the highest office in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, we have seen the games that they are trying to play, the FBI, the United States government, and all the parties involved in this case as it relates to Bola Tinubu's record. It makes me wonder what is special about Bola Tinubu, that important documents that are showing his criminal records, that are showing his criminal indictments during his time, during his stay in the United States of America. The Nigerian people deserve to know who sits in the seat of presidency, who is manning the affairs of the country. Because in the real sense of it, anybody who should take out powers should to the people. And Nigerians have kept on asking, what is special about Bola Tinubu that these records cannot be released? The earlier documents that were released, his names and other informations were redacted. We couldn't really get juicy information as we would have wanted to get. And I like the fact that the people who are in the court in the United States of America, Aaron Greenspan, and other people that are connected to this case have ensured that this case is not swept under the carpet. They have ensured that this case is not made a mockery of, but that the true position of things are brought to light so that Nigerians can see who was selected to be President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think, Mr. Kanu, it is already shame enough that Bola Tinubu at this point in time is still being, roped into the issues of being the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and having several criminal records. This is an insult to the office of the presidency. This is an insult to the federal government. This is an insult to every state government. This is an insult to our collective intelligence and to our constitution, because our constitution made provisions to make sure that we avoid such an occurrence. But it's unfortunate that we are at this point, in
Okay, Maxwell, thank you very much. It's really unfortunate, but why we have to be going towards that very route and we have to be revisiting this is because if somebody commits a crime and was not charged, was not indicted, but several people went to prison because of this very something, and somebody has insisted in the United States where those documents are, that is sealed, that it should be unsealed. They are civilized society, and we believe that they should do the needful. But let me get you to the evidence that he was talking about, because Tinubu has already joined issues with them in the court, citing what you call privacy and all that. But what Aaron Greenspan presented before the court is the evidence that is already in the public domain that indicates that the sealed criminal records potentially exist. you know. So the Internal Revenue Service, which is the IRS, the one we read so many times, the Special Agent Kelvin Moore's public July 20, 1993 affidavit, which is the one that is widely seen everywhere on the internet, said that there is an explicit reference to the arrest of Abiodun Agbere on or around November of 20th, 1990. And again, starting on November 20th, 1990, Agbere sold at least 1 ounce of white heroin to a law enforcement officer working an undercover capacity for $7,000 US. Agbere was arrested and agreed to cooperate by providing information. Now, the Federal Judiciary PESA database in the Northern District of Illinois covers criminal cases as early as January 1990. Yet, there are no results for any record concerning Abiodun Agbere. Even if Agbere's records were stored at the Federal Records Center in Chicago due to the age of the docket, there will still likely be a search result for his name unless the case is sealed. Similarly, there are no such results on PESA for criminal docket involving Muez Adeboyiga Akande or Bola Ahmed Tinubu, despite Special Agent more detailed affidavit outlining the specifics of the operations as well as their alleged crimes. A plausible explanation for this conspicuous absence of information is that any criminal cases regarding these defendants were sealed as a condition of Tinubu agreeing to settle allegations of wrongdoing with the United States government. Let me stop there. So Maxwell, you see what this man is presenting before the court, and that is what I am bringing. So for him to have brought this issue up, telling them that if they have decided to do this, then there would have been an agreement with the United States to seal this. And that agreement is what he's saying. They should unseal and bring those things out.
It's very obvious that we must come to realize that the person of Bola Tinubu have been sworn in as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And because he has been sworn in as president, there are certain steps that he will take. There are certain steps that some of these countries will take, that they would try as much as possible to be careful. Now, you would agree with me that there is nobody who holds a criminal file against another person that would release it so easily when he can use it as a leverage to get whatever he wants. What we simply see here is that there is a collusion to hide the documents that relate to Bola Tinubu, the criminal files that relate to Bola Tinubu in the United States of America. There is an attempt to hide it from the general public. There is an attempt to hide it from Aaron Grispan. There is an attempt to hide it from Nigerians who are, of course, ready and who want to know about these things, because these are allegations that have not fully, substantiated, even though they are evidence to the effect that they are true. So, Mr. Kanu, what we see here is that Tinubu is the president of Nigeria, as sworn in and as announced by INEC, and the United States of America beat Tinubu, and they do this to gain leverage over him. It's not far-fetched. Of course, we should have understood this before now. The only possibility that those documents made it out to the public was if and only if Bola Tinubu was not president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the fact that he has been sworn in, there would be underground play to protect these documents, to stop the public from getting access to documents. And that's why Aaron Greenspan is telling the courts that we already have evidence showing that this man was indicted. There were court records that came to the public some time ago. It has been there for time immemorial. So for you to come out now and be telling us that there are no documents, it's actually shameful. You are trying to go back on your words. So these are the position of things, and I know that these are just, an attempt between two countries to see that they hide these documents away from the public.
Yeah, also at the page 5 of his affidavit, or rather his docketed motion, he was very clear. He said that the disclosure that he is seeking in America is being sought to aid the public understanding of Tinubu's background. And he said, Tinubu has repeatedly told the Nigerian public and the Nigerian courts that he was never convicted of a crime in case number 93C4483, and that no criminal charges were filed against him for his involvement in trafficking heroin. Now, the public deserves an opportunity to examine the full extent of the United States government documentation regarding Tinubu, especially if the records contradict what Tinubu has represented as a political figure. This is somebody who is fighting for well-meaning Nigerians in the US, who keeps pushing the courts to their limits in United States of America to reveal the truths that Nigerians have hidden, that people in Nigeria has hidden. Anyway, Maxwell, you spoke well. Let's come back to studio now. I know that we have our people. Angel is here to talk on this briefly before we enter to the politics. I know say politics don't fool everywhere. We don't hear what happen for Kogi State. We hear what happen for Bayelsa. You understand me? And of course, Imo State. 27/27 Uzodimma of all people to win 27 local government. If people want thief, they're not going to even say make them go pinch and small. Exactly. Now to go carry the whole something. Of course. And INEC not even say make them go review them.
No, they're taking after their principle.
The question when I want to ask you, that one concern, these people talk saying a Saturday, nine then go redo this Kogi, then go check and well. Say on 18th of November will be this thing. Then you know even take hours where they talk that one by INEC, then go declare. And you for studio be like say you talk say this thing, say water don't enter Gary.
Of course, now I know say we are not even surprised. I know say our obedient movement no they surprised. Even when many Nigerians they no surprised because they are taking after their Oga Kpata who said snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. So the issue is so clear. They said outstanding 59 polling units, which they will do rerun on this Saturday, 18th. All of a sudden, as usual, declare me winner, let's go to court. That is the last option. Because Yaya Bello go tell them, oh yeah, declare a winner, make we go court to go sort them out. What will happen in the court? Another tsunami. Another Inyangokoro. Nothing more, nothing less. Look at what they are seeing as vote, 100 and something in a whole state of how many million. It's because of what judiciary did. We can't trust them anymore. It's supposed to be millions voting. But because Nigerians have lost hope, Nigeria don't lose hope. Pata for judiciary. Pata for this government called APC. INEC na scam. They need to scrap that thing called INEC. They are no longer independent. They're not independent again. As far as INEC is concerned, now highest bidder, bring money, we go give you result. Bring money, make others go court, which is not good. Because immediately they did this thing in presidency. Now I make with they cry that time, say, this thing where Sanami did, this thing where Inyangokoro did, is going to have after effects.
Okay, Angel. As you say, Esther, your mother they do muy.
Oh, okay. Like I talked earlier when we want start, I say our democracy is not yet matured at all. Election is now by fire by force. Whether one wants me or no wants me. We hear waiting the Oga talk say Emiloko, whether one wants in my turn, whether one wants me, my day there. I must rule by force. So it's not even about the people's mandate. It's not about the people's votes. They snatch it, they grab it, they run away with it. Plus the whole violence wey dey on top. We see wetin happen for Kogi State, where they murder, in fact, brutal murder, bloodshed everywhere. So it's now, if by fire by force, the choice of the people no longer matters at all. And INEC cannot even help him matters at all. They don't help matters. You see, in a particular polling unit, you just see it's not even possible that
they have developed a new one, and that very new one is give them the distance, make them write the number,
exactly.
And make them pre-fill the information.
Exactly.
Can you imagine that information coming from Kogi, that one polling unit officer agent will be saying maybe an ad hoc staff like UCO member,
yes.
Then get them with 1 million naira.
Cash.
You understand? Cash. You understand?
Yes. So and there will be no one do transfer, because if they do transfer, they'll easily catch the person. So if that guy had actually succeeded in what he came to do, he would have just narrowly carried the money safely without any trace, because there will be no way to trace it. And this is funny because it's obvious that the election process now is no longer election, it's now selection. They just handpick, oh yeah, you go there. Then, like Angel was saying, they'll just do everything they want to do, give you, and then tell you go to court.
Go to court.
They will tell you go to court because there's nothing that the people are doing. Just like one of the interviews we were seeing, everything is still peaceful in Lokoja right now. Nothing is happening, and people are allowing this to go on over and over again. Okay,
Maxwell, I want to get to you now about what Chidi Odinkalu said. He has a tweet he did on X, and that reads that I said, according to actual cases decided by actual courts in Nigeria, you can take an election with, can you please produce, try to position that on. Okay, he said, according to actual cases decided by actual courts in Nigeria, you can undertake an election without candidates, administer an election without INEC, and produce winners without votes. That is not democracy. It is judiciary-authored kleptocracy. So, Maxwell, there are three things that is outlined here. One is that you can undertake an election without candidates. That is, I think he's talking to INEC here. And again, he's talking other things that are clearly things that we've seen in this off-cycle election. What is your thoughts on this?
Actually, in the real sense of it, he's not talking to INEC. If you look at that tweet carefully, he said, according to actual cases decided by the courts. So these are cases that the courts have looked into, and they have decided it in a particular way, and they have become laws operational in Nigeria. The first aspect of it is that undertaking an election without candidates. The candidates that become senatorial candidates for the APC, that is Godswill Obota Akpabio and Ahmed Lawan, were candidates who did not participate in the election. So it means that the political party went into an election without a candidate, but the court, by its judgment, made them candidates. So these are the two cases. Ahmed Lawan, Godswill Akpabio, and there are several other cases where the court has affirmed this fraud. When you look at the second aspect of that tweet, it is talking about, and please, I don't know, I can't really remember the exact wordings of the tweet so that I can take it from where it is. So what Professor Chidi Odinkalu is simply saying is that we have an election circle that we now see people hold political positions as against the proper dictates of the law, but instead because they have been announced by the courts in Nigeria. So you do not need to belong to a political party as provided by the Constitution, participate in a primary as provided by the Constitution, participate in the main elections as provided by the Constitution to become a candidate or to become a winner of an election. The court has affirmed this sham in our country. We are talking about a court that affirmed an election where INEC violated substantial provisions of the law. stating that INEC was going to upload results directly from the polling unit. Mr. Kanu, what did I tell you the last time we were on this program? I told you not to expect a free, fair, credible election in Kogi State and in Bayelsa State. Not because of I am a prophet of doom, Mr. Kanu, but my people say that it is from what is happening in the morning that you use and know how the evening will be. We saw that affirmed these things in the court. They affirmed it when these cases were brought before the court. And that's why everybody was brandishing weapons, bullets, votes buying, millions of naira. We saw writing of results before elections. And when these cases go to court, the court will still affirm this abuse on our democracy. So the words of Professor Chidi are not far-fetched. You know, it's a case of, you know, the highest bidder gets justice in our judicial system. And that is why I also told you, Mr. Kanu, we have a system, an electoral system where when cases begin to go to court, judges begin to lobby to be on the panel that will hear the case, because they know that there are juicy offers that are coming as bribe monies, because they know that there are juicy offers that are coming as monies to intimidate and sub justice in the very courts of law that are supposed to be dispensing justice. It's actually unfortunate that we are at this point in time in our democracy. I will continue to say it. This is not the true tenets of democracy at all. This is not the true tenets of democracy. A democracy that is not a government by the people. The people do not rule in government. It's just a selected few that decide what's happened. It's not a government by the people, of the people, nor is it for the people. The people do not get to decide who leads them. This is an abuse, and I would like to say that in the real sense of it, we don't practice democracy in Nigeria.
Okay, Maxwell, you have spoken so as usual, but there's something again I want to point out that happened. SDP was doing so well in Kogi State. I noticed they were, you know, winning in several places. They were actually battling it out with the rigging APC. But it's unfortunate that either the chairman of the campaign council, SDP, was in a very, look at what happened there. As you can see his house. They said this is the home of the SDP campaign council chairman in Kogi State. Say this is the consequence of lack of justice. Since the courts and INEC are up for grabs by the highest bidder, elections will be war in Nigeria. Grab it, snatch it, run with it. I hope you have seen this very video, and I need you to make your comment. It's a gruesome sight, actually, and we didn't even want to project this much longer, but it's really long for you to see that the blood was just everywhere, just because of electing somebody in the office. So many people has to die, and even this man, as they said, the gunman went to his house and, you know, killed the dog and break down the gates, you know, and just was shooting everywhere. And still our law enforcement agency are nowhere to be found. This is the gate of the man's house. You can see the man's the house everywhere there. It's a very big house, so one wouldn't say that it's just maybe in the village or something like that. But blood everywhere, dug down. It's just so please, Maxwell, must there be so much violence in Nigeria election, or is it as a result of the INEC too much money grabbing? I don't know how to really position this, but I know it has to deal with money, because people don't just go and kill people when there is no money involved. And the election is all about money. We heard severally about different people who were caught with about 20 million, the other one about 11 million naira on election day. How do we get these things right? Should we stop going to the polling unit? Must we have a purely electronic voting in Nigeria where people don't need to go out to vote? Because I know it's possible. Can you please share your thoughts on this?
Mr. Kanu, when we have the courts affirming such judgments, what do you expect? Remember that the Court of Appeal threw out, while it was reading its judgment for about 12 hours on the, I think on the 6th of September, there was no place that the court condemned the actions of INEC. There was no place that the court condemned the violence that took place during that election. There was absolutely no place. I also said here, I think it was the last time or the last 2 times I was here, that there was absolutely no prosecution in the presidential election for all of the people who committed violence. People who threatened other people on live television. There was absolutely no punishment, no prosecution, absolutely nothing. Except we begin to get justice for victims of violence in elections, justice for the society, and justice for the perpetrators of this violence, then we will not make any headway. We need to unbundle this entire charade we call an election. We don't do election running away with it. And that's what we've seen, show of force, for a brutish person like the governor in Kogi State to allow this abominable act to actually take place, to what they call an election, that we can no longer have opposition in Nigeria. This is actually a shame. It is actually a shame. So I think for us to start getting these things right, we need to make sure that we kick against every form of taking over of government. You can see that the APC are already appointing political party members as resident electoral commissioners in different states. That is why you can see things like this and nothing will happen. We see that because of the federal government controls the armed forces, they decide what happens. You know, they can send anybody anywhere. And, you know, this has been the fear for so many people who have kicked against state policing. Because if you have this kind of police under the control of somebody like Yaya Bello in Kogi State, I wonder what will happen. So some of the things that we also need to do as a people is to ensure that the right mechanisms are put in place, that we create something like a group security going to polling units. Because as it stands now, the government is not ready to secure voters at polling units. So you need to secure yourselves. Carry your bag. Carry your bag. Hold things to defend yourselves when you get to polling units. We cannot have people continue losing lives. During the last election, we lost a lot of people, and it's still happening now. The government must actually be intentional about these things. But what do I expect from an APC-led government? People who manipulated elections in time past and are still doing the same today. It's unfortunate. We saw it not only in Kogi State, we also saw the killings. The family of Ikenga Ugochinyere was attacked leading into the elections in February. They attacked his hometown, they killed his uncle, killed a lot of people in his home, burned down vehicles and buildings. We are still seeing the same thing today, still from the APC-led government. So it's actually unfortunate that we are at this point and we can actually fix it as a people. A lot of people have called because the government is not ready to act. As a people, I think that we need to take back this country. We don't need to keep on sitting down and allowing a selected few to take over our future.
Okay, thank you, Maxwell. Our people, when I don't hear from Maxwell, and I like how Maxwell, they try to explain how he take down for mind, especially when it comes to this. He has said before this election that it's just another thing they will just go rig the election and tell you to go to court. And it's exactly what is happening. It has happened in Imo State. They have told Atan Achono to go to court. And sometimes when we say, oh yes, I'm going to explore the legal angle and go to appeal and all, do you have the money to go through all this, knowing that the process where they are sending you to that you are also, they are also waiting for you there. Why are you going to appeal? But it's entirely up to Atan Achono. We have the people in Kogi State who had shouted, they've said they are going to cancel several polling units for a rerun, or for them to, do their election again on next Saturday, 59. Meaning on the 18th. I think about 59 polling units. But of a sudden, we just heard that they are collating results again and they're announcing Adodo as a winner. Let's take a listen from Kogi State final INEC results and their declarations. Let's take a listen from the man they said won this election, a man that is not even worthy of being a governor or being even a village head in the first place. Let's take a listen.
I want to sincerely express my gratitude and appreciation to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency Vice President Kashim Shettima, His Excellency Alhaji Yahya Bello, His Excellency the National Chairman of our great party and his NWC members, every other governors of our great party. I want to appreciate them for placing their trust in me and my team. Their faith in our mission to move Kogi State forward is both humbling and inspiring. I also extend my gratitude to INEC Chairman and his team, the security agencies, and all stakeholders that have played a crucial role in ensuring a free, fair, and credible election.
This is the same politician or candidate that said he's a woman, is that?
Yes.
That he's a woman.
Of course.
And this is the same person that Yahya Bello has been canvassing, has been going to the villa, and has been pushing all along, right?
Godfather and Godson.
So what they did deliberately is that they, according to Dino, that they gave them the results to write their what they want, you understand? So they spread it between them. But I can see that SDP was seriously fighting them, you understand?
Yes.
And every vote that you may have seen from SDP may have been valid votes, you understand me?
Yeah.
But clearly we know that APC is nowhere. Everything that APC does is about rigging, you understand?
They caught so many of them.
They caught so many of them, yeah. And the money that are involved and what they have been doing. Still, 59 polling units, which they said that they are going to retake. And all of a sudden, they now turn back.
And
announce winner and then tell you to go to court.
Exactly.
So they already know that when you come to court that you are going to fail because they have the judiciary. So it's more like the Nigerian state. The Nigerian state is a captured state. You understand me? Yes. So people take the risk of going to the polling units. They're just using them to cover their to cover up. So when you go to that very place, you think say they even do anything. No, they do anything because their result they're not right and finish. Exactly. But they need you to actually go out because if you not go out at all, now you say nobody win anything. But Nigerians continue to be the fool. How long are we going to act the fool? How long is what we are asking. But all that very one, we will come out another time. You get one man where talk say
politicians are desperate to win at all costs.
At all costs. And not just that, that we should look at not being partisan when we want to think about the process that should be taken into account at time of election. But since we are opposition, we are going to watch for the next 3 years and plan how to take back this country. Yeah. We have time. We have achieved so much in the last 1 year or 8 months, so to speak. But looking at 3 years now that we are going to go as an opposition, we should be able to plan well and take back this country. If not, if you come to Anambra's election that is coming up by next year or thereabout, it's going to be rigged. If nothing is done,
Edo will come first.
Edo is going to come up. If nothing is done, it's going to be rigged. And if we keeping quiet about this whole thing, it will keep happening. Something must be done, and done quickly too. Let's take a listen to what our own brother advised Nigerians to look at, not to be partisan. Let's take a listen.
Very worried that we are dealing with abnormal and normal issues. It's something that is bad, not just for our democracy, but even bad for our psychic, generally speaking. I would want viewers to very calmly follow me in this conversation and to suspend their partisan position. Because when it comes to issues like this, one of the things that worries me in the country is that partisan politics seems to have taken more from us as a people than it has given us. And it has given us a lot, but overall it has taken a lot from us. And one of the things that partisan politics has taken from us is our mode of reasoning. Because of partisan politics, we're now in a situation in this country where normal, reasonable, even respectable human beings struggle to see wrong and right very easily. Everything is dependent on their political position. Normal, respectable, reasonable citizens can accept what is unacceptable, all in the name of partisan politics. That is a very dangerous trend, not just for democracy, but for progress and for our psychic as a people. Now, we talk about violence, we talk about rigging, we talk about disagreement in the electoral process. Please, dear Nigerians, this is not normal. It is not normal for rigging and violence to be. It is not normal for disagreement to be in a process. You can disagree on who you vote for, but we should not disagree on the process of voting and the number of votes. That is not a normal thing. That is criminal. You see, we treat this thing as if it's some kind of accident, as if it's some kind of mysterious occurrence in nature, but it is not. These are deliberate, mischievous, criminal acts perpetuated by some people to defraud the rest of us. I really think we need to sit down and look at this thing the way they are. And I'm going to deal with this without looking at who's involved politically at all, without looking at any partisan side of the thing. How can any normal human being in a process argue that what is going on is wrong, and you say, no, let me finish it. Then you go and contest it later. It doesn't make sense. We should be able to there and then see what is wrong and adjust it and say, hang on a second, what are you talking about? But the problem here is that nobody is talking out of interest or institution, out of passion for truth. Both sides, everybody is talking from an interested partisan side. I think if we really want to get this country forward, we need what I call the ANC, Association of Non-Contenders. We need people who are not interested in any partisan side to relook at what our country needs to do, because this truly is unsustainable.
To win at all costs, and citizens' negligence of what they are supposed to do. Take back your country. You go sit down for house. You go talk say you no consign you. You no even fit buy rice. You no even fit buy fuel for your car. You no fit do anything. And still, you sit down dey look. make you see don dey look make time dey go. But wetin I dey talk say we get time and hope dey for this country. For people wey be say dem don lose hope, we will no go lose hope. We go comot every day. Our own na talk. We go dey talk am, and people wey suppose take action, as dem dey take the action, we go dey bring am to others. That one job dem divide and make everybody get their own. Na our own we dey do. So wherever wey you dey watch us, make you for like and share, make other people know say we no get another country, na only one country we get, which is Nigeria. And na until we decide, if not, dem go dey do us, dem go dey play Chelsea and Man U for our head. Nothing wey we fit do. But if we non-plan, say we wan take back our country, there is nothing they can do. When we talk, dem go shiver. Now we dey say government is from the people. But anyway, that one I don't talk. We make a remind of on wetin our own obedient angel won't do in mama burial. I say I bring that one as a reminder for now. Now this Friday, now she dey bury her mama. She don't dey ask for assistance before. I say I bring because some people will be say they never see I made them foresee. Now 17th of November will be Friday. Now she dey bury her own mother. Will be very, very prominent, obedient woman. And you know, she say she never too old at 65. Now the struggle, where we the struggle for this Nigeria, where we think say better go come out. Now him make her struggle finish. Now she come waka go. So as she don't waka go, the daughter will be say our own every day she dey talk here. Una dey hear her own voice. She don't talk say make una for assistance. People will go pray for them as she dey go village go pray. People will be say they get financial support, make them for support as e dey screen now. Now the account number will be say na Obedient Family TV account number na dey there, and when we get am we dey always give her. For people will be say dem don already give, she talk say she don't get many, we say we don't forward give am. She dey for studio to say she get 1 or 2 words where she won't tell una, but say as una talk say make dem no call names. I for talk say make I call the names because una really surprise me. Una really surprise me. I dey thank una for all the ones who wanna do, and I go to thank una. But Angel Day, I might no carry her mouth chop onions.
My well-meaning Nigerians, my lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Thank you so much. Now God go bless una yafun. I surprise no be small for the love wey una shower on me. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We pray that those wey never support, I still dey watch out make una support. At least make una support una own. At least una like me now. Abi una no like me. Make una support financially. I beg. Now we dey beg una. We appreciate una for the ones wey don support. Una thank you so much. Now God will replenish una pocket. Thank you. God bless una very well.
Okay, with that very one said, I know say for the description for this Obedient Family TV, the account information there. If you want no other things, we get phone number for there. And also, if you want contribute to the program, you go try reach us. But do things before you come out now, make you for like and share this very video so that other obedience go know say hope day. And the ones where we say as we dey close now, the United States District Court, as we don't see, say they want Unseal. There's very criminal records of Tinubu. So if you just dey join us, make you know say that one na the matter where we say they don't docket for that very court. So we dey expect say maybe this month, as the another one they come out, the criminal record where they won't come out, then go unseal the information, and all those places where they close, it go day. Then we know all the yamayama things where they happen for Nigeria according to this off-cycle election, where they carry and they enter as the thing they come. So we say make we for thank honor and make God bless on us and help angel resolve all these things. For now, we go take our leave. Bye for now.